Oh, but when we go outside, it's the talk of the town. Oh, Pisces, the big one, not the little one. Oh, huh? How many of y'all got somebody that go support all the content creators? Oh, girl, please. Oh, Pisces lay down garden tools everywhere she go. Peaches laying out stuff everywhere she go, share them. But y'all don't want them to be supporting us. And y'all too. Oh, Kevin Brown and everybody comment section with Deb. You be seeing Rover. Oh, but we gotta keep you to ourselves, huh? Oh, Empress now be everywhere. Mm-hmm. The judge is judging. Oh, girl, Pisces sending us some pictures. Oh, today we have a case of Petty Rowe versus BRAID King and the kingdom. Kingdom come. We want our money. Kingdom come. We want our money. So allegedly, Petty Rowe went to Atlanta, huh? Oh, y'all didn't know, did you? Oh, but you know everything. Get your Petty Rowe. Get your yak, girl. Get your yak. So allegedly, BRAID King was putting together a reality show. Oh, Pisces, let them know, girl. You better get it. You better get it. So on this trip to Atlanta, they went to an office. But y'all didn't know it was an office involved, did you? Oh, y'all thought shit was done in the car. Oh, it's bitches. Let me tell you to you bitches in the comment section with your crowns, twin, you won't get to enjoy the show, baby. You're going to spend your time making new pages or logging into your other one. Okay? The moderator's going to delete that. See, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Now, bitch, you got time to go make a nutting. We don't care. We going to block you. It's 30 of them. Oh, oh, bitch, you out of here, huh? Oh, yeah, we do dances over here. Oh, but let's get back to the story. We don't want to lose focus on the teddy bears. We don't want to lose focus on the teddy bears dancing. Do you hear me? Oh, girl. Where is the money, LaShondra? Where is the money? You brought this baby way to Atlanta and don't want to pay her. Oh, but you gonna pay. Oh, but you gonna pay. You gonna pay. See, what happened was you got the vision, but you didn't make it plain. And somebody came in with plain. Where is the money, LaShondra? This is finna be good. Oh, girl, she got in. Thank you, God. I sent extra. Patty, did you get in good?
Get in where? What happened? What happened?
In the juke joint. Did you get in the juke joint?
Yes, they patted me down real good, girl. I'm glad I had on tight fitting clothes.
Let me look at you. Hold on.
I'm glad I had on tight fitting clothes, cause baby, they patted me down real good. They were trying to send me through the X-ray machine, child.
Okay, yeah.
But they say your clothes so tight. We know you ain't got nothing else screen there.
Okay, long as you know.
Yeah.
Patty, I was just in the process of explaining some things, and if I get wrong, you cut me off.
Okay.
You cut me off.
Okay.
Allegedly, you were flown into Atlanta. Or you flew yourself. You flew.
I drove it myself because I already stay in the area. So I would have had to bypass the house to get to the airport to fly back to the same airport and then drive to the house.
Oh, girl, because Pisces was fixing to send a jet for you. But Pisces, thank you for me one.
Okay.
So, Patty, could you tell us, because we want to go on and jump right into it, because it seems like the people already know what they know. We got a little delay in her service is nervous.
We can get in. We can go on and get in.
Let's get into it.
Wait a minute, hold on, because I just left the thing. They're trying to upgrade my service. Hold on.
Okay, y'all give her a second. Okay. While she get a second, I'm gonna give me a bite of this chicken strip. Give us a second, y'all.
Okay, I'm about to cam up. I just want to go run and get my glass real quick.
My Lord.
But I can turn it on in the meantime.
Girl, this is ghetto corner. Oh, girl, keep transing. Yeah, scoot over. Keep transing just got here. Oh, God, is that Pisces on a train? Who all roll on a train? Oh, Bright Eyes, you better make room. Did y'all bring the church chairs? Pull the church chairs out. Shit, it's already 1,200. My Lord. If y'all will scoot over, see, you don't like to share aisles. That's what's wrong with you. You don't like the Destiny. Put some over here. Y'all don't like to share your aisle positions. But over here, scoot over. Scoot over. You're not at home business. We got the choir stand open. We got the choir stand. There's more seats in the choir. Oh, you better let them know, Pisces. Everybody want to sit on the front. You're not over here. You ain't been on the front row. Get in the back. Here come the jurors. They're bringing them in one by one because we hear y'all after everybody. We hear y'all want us all. Lord help us. But only he know. Oh, we're not used to all y'all every day, but sometimes. This woman is protected over here. You're not going to jump. Out of the same whites only. Take it. Judge. Okay. Oh, girl, Petty Row, you brought them in here tonight, girl, didn't you? Oh, they followed her here. But Winston, thank you. Let's get into it. We waiting on Kevin. There go Ginger.
Welcome.
So I'm waiting on Kevin Brown. I'm waiting on Kevin. Sweet C, if Kevin come, I'm gonna have to Rotate your boss. Let me see your face. Okay, we in this thing. Y'all, this is a serious case. And I need your attention here. When you're not speaking, we're going to need your microphones on mute. Because we don't want no mishaps in this case. This is about money. This is about money. And Petty Rowe, her story needs to be heard. She has not had a chance to come down from the slopes to be heard. We off the slopes, y'all. Petty Rowe, let's get on into it. Kevin should be here in a second. They are reporting the live, so that means y'all tapping harder than they tapping, right? Y'all tapping harder than they tapping. Thank you for the gifts, the love, and scoot over. Petty Rowe, let's jump into it since they decided to come out and play with us tonight. Could you give us a date that you first spoke to Mr. King about any type of business orchestrated deal? That service is nervous, God.
Damn. I might have to go up the street. They working on my internet service for real. I just left. They trying to get my service upgraded. They would pick today. Hold on, let me see.
We got to get the dates. Y'all get your pens and paper. Jurors, I need y'all writing the timeline down.
Let's see. That's December 15th. December 12th. It was before December the 12th, because that's when I sent the email. Hold on, let me check this phone. I'll get the first text message. I didn't know you was gonna ask for that.
Oh, it's crowded in the Jew jump. Shalonda, it's crowded in here, girl. It's crowded, Wednesday, nephew. Oh, God, they showed up today, didn't they? Nosy. Yeah, we want to be accurate in here because Mad Cow them here. The media is here. Y'all tap the screen. Let me run and get me a pen because I got to write down dates myself. Okay.
Hello, excuse me for a minute, Miss Petty Rowe. I know you are about to give your testimony, but before anybody gives testimony, I just want to remind the judge that we need to swear our jurors in, and we need to make sure we swear our witnesses in, and the juke joint rules everybody understands. Did you hear that, Judge? Yeah, we got to make sure we swear everybody in, Judge.
Oh, this here, we ain't doing the. Are we doing the swearing in today, huh?
We got to swear everybody in, Judge, because I want everybody. Yes, Judge. I got to keep my notes accurate, Judge. I'm going back down to the comments so I can get my notes and my pen and pad ready.
So Peacher says come up and told us that this here is a Juke Jones serious case. We got to get you sworn in. Where is my mama made the difference? My Lord. If I could get all the jurors. Peaches, if you see Kevin coming in late, please. We're going to let Pumpkin up until Kevin comes. I need all my jurors. Mama made the difference. Okay? I know that younger generation is here on TikTok saying we don't make no difference in this house. Oh, girl, I know they say that. But Mama made the difference, huh? Raise your right hands. Pumpkin, come out for pumpkin. The peas is not peeing in here right today. I promise to God they not.
I'm coming.
Pumpkin.
I'm here.
Hold on, let's get done. Panky, come on, baby. Oh, girl, I hate we're going to have to drop you here.
I'm on my own time.
Oh, girl, we you know what? She'll come back. Oh, girl, they got her. They got her. Raise your right hands. Very good. Come cousins downstairs. I need to see your right hands in the comment section. Because you are the jurors in here today. Do you solemnly swear to tell the truth here in this Juke Jones? So help you God?
I do.
Okay. We moving forward. Miss Rowe.
Yes.
Did you get your dates?
Yes.
Okay. Could you give the Jujunk the dates, please?
November 15th, 2024 is the first time that I text BRAID. He gave me his phone number and I texted him and said, lock me in.
Okay, with that being said, I do have a question. I know the nosy people gonna want to know. Where did he give you his number at? Was it on TikTok or inbox? How did you all exchange numbers?
If I'm not mistaken, it was on TikTok because that's the only place we've ever interacted with each other.
Okay. So November the 15th, 2024, could you give us a solid rundown of the discussion?
Hold on, let me. Everybody faces the same.
Is this the? I just came up to make a hair appointment.
Oh, that's on the 5th floor.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. No, anytime, anytime. I do have some records here from the facts.
Reached out to me because we was going to talk about the reality show.
Okay,
His
so which one should I put up? Okay, so which one should I put up?
I'll send it to you right now. Hold on. I sent you the ones about like the negotiation, the renegotiation. That's what I sent you. Let me go ahead and send you this one because I didn't know you was gonna ask me about the first time.
Right. Okay. Coming cousin jurors, or you guys staying woke? Stay woke. So we're waiting on the new faxes. I do have some faxes, but I want to put them in the order that we need to put them in so we'll know the timeline. Now, this has been going on since Thursday. Surely y'all paying attention. Huh? Surely. Y'all, I know y'all got your pen and your paper. Stay woke.
Tap the screen, give the hose. Y'all know.
All righty. Let me see what just came in. Is this it, Miss Mayo?
November 15, yeah.
Okay. Let the record show for the court and the common cousin jurors. We do have evidence in from Mr. King. Please, Bright Eye Regal, if you could read that for the court.
It says, it's Petty, lock me in. Got your friend. When you available to talk? Damn, now. Laughing out loud. Laughing my ass off. Give me about 30 minutes and I'm gonna call you. Yeah, I'm not fooling with you. It's been 35 hours. Oh my gosh, forgot that fast. Wow.
Oh, wait a minute. So he forgot to call the first time, ain't it? Oh, you know what?
My bad. Order in the juke joint. The judge was about to point to the common cousin jurors' attention. If my mind serves me right, this is a repetitive thing that comes from several people. He forgets to return phone calls. He's a busy man, they say. Shall we continue?
Now on Saturday, it says Hey, honey, I know you're not releasing the cast list for another 2 weeks, but I do have to ask if Kiana is on the cast.
Okay. That was Patty Rowe. What is the next thing I need to show, Miss Patty?
Let's see.
Patty, I'm gonna text you from another number. Send a recording to that number because the recording is on here and we got to hear it. So I'm gonna text you from another number, because we'll need to know when y'all met and how we got here.
You can't show the next one. It's got my real name and my email address and all of that in
Yes,
because I had to send it to him. So you can read it. You read it out then.
Okay.
Don't put it up.
That number that I just text you from, send that to this number because I'm not gonna put it up.
Okay.
Sorry, y'all, but we have to protect her identity as well.
Bright-eyed, so cute.
Oh, thank you. I just whipped this on.
I can never write mine.
I transferred them over to my phone.
You got it.
So, Patty,
Okay.
am I starting that Saturday, December 28th?
Let's see.
Oh,
because that was after the reality show. So
yeah,
do you want to
December
just get
12th.
straight into after the reality show? Yeah,
Yeah,
that will start.
December 12th.
I think that is December 12th.
So
I
are
think
you
it
ready
was
for me to
the
play the
7th
recording?
through the 10th.
Yes.
Yeah, you can. You can.
Okay. Did you send the recording? Yes. So here is the recording. Now, Patty Rowe, before I play this recording, I think it is very important for us to know how we even made it to this recording, because I think that starting here at the recording is kind of going to jump through the loop. So the first set of text messages is him forgetting the call and all that. Did any other conversations happen before you sent this recording? Because I think this is what you sent him, stating what you wanted.
Right. None of that pertains to this particular issue,
This case,
about
okay.
the renegotiations.
Okay.
Good morning, Braids.
We went with Atlanta. You want me to set it up?
Yeah, set it up, the timeline, and I'm fixing to play the recording. I got it ready to play. Yeah,
Okay.
they reporting
So
live.
we went to the house. They are. We went to the house in Atlanta. We went to the house in Atlanta and did the content house. In my opinion, I did a lot of extra things. He asked me to do some extra things. So I said throughout the entire weekend, I wanted to renegotiate. My Wi-Fi is off. Hold on, let me go to the car. Let me go outside. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Could you give us the dates of y'all being in the home? We do have November the 15th being the first time any interaction, but what were the dates that y'all were in the home?
I think it was December 7th through the 10th, I believe.
Mad Cow noted December the 7th through the 10th is a 3-day stay in the home. Continue, Patty.
Okay, so he asked me to do some extra things. I did it. The whole time I was
Did he have a title on the extra things? When you say extra things, what were, if you can say, some of the alleged extra things? Because guys, remember, there is an alleged in the A sign as well. So what extra things, if you can tell us, did he ask you to do?
One of the extra things is for me to do Chef Foxy's confessional on my own.
Okay. Okay. Did you proceed and do that?
I did.
Okay. Let the record show, Peaches, that this witness was asked to do a confessional with Chef Foxy and she completed that task. Is there anything else that you might have done that would help us to know what other things he asked from you?
Well, he did not. I can't say that he asked me to do anything else. I saw there was a need and I fulfilled it.
Gotcha. So the next is need. Continue on, Miss Petty.
Okay. So as things were happening and things were progressing, I kept saying to him, add this to the renegotiation. It was the whole weekend I was talking about it. On that Sunday, when we left, when everybody was leaving, I sat down with him at the dinner table, and we had a discussion about the renegotiation.
So he was aware that you had thoughts of
the whole
price,
weekend. Yes.
a negotiation being money, things like that.
Yes.
Okay. Let the record show that before she left the house, that they sat down and they discussed. And for somebody to say that's hearsay, wait on the recording, you'll get to know why she called and left this recording. So we are documenting and recording that a discussion was had about a negotiation before leaving the home. Continue, Miss Petty.
So we sat down at the table and he told me he wanted me to write him out a list of what I wanted and why I felt like I deserved those things. What did I do to warrant what I was asking for? And I said, okay, give me a few days and I'll get you the list. So then he says, well, do you want me to hold on to your money then until we finish the renegotiation and I pay you all at once? And I said, yes, that's fine. So when I left the house, I left to do the list for the renegotiation and I left with no money so that I could be paid in one lump sum.
So let the record show the dates were the 7th through the 10th. The witness sat down with Mr. King allegedly and had a discussion about a negotiation. So is it safe to say that the discussion was on the 10th, if that was the last date that you were at the house?
Yes, if that's on that Sunday. I'll pull up a calendar and make sure.
Okay.
December. No, that was wrong because the 10th is on a Tuesday. So it was the 6th. So it was that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So the 6th, 7th, and 8th.
6th, 7th, and 8th.
Yes.
So it was the 6th, 7th, and 8th, Peaches. So allegedly on the 8th, they sat down and had a discussion. Thank you.
Okay.
Got that noted? Continue.
So during the week, I was supposed to be working on my list to email to him.
Okay.
Well, I got lazy. And instead of writing it up in an email, that's why I did the voice recording.
Okay, correct.
So now you can play the voice recording.
Okay. With that being said, over here at Judge Trensetta's Juke Joint, we like to keep the comment cousin jurors informed of what we just heard. So we like to give feedback here in the Juke Joint. I'm going to tell you my scribble notes that you hear here. What I hear here, and I like to hear from the jurors, it seems as though Mr. King, and this is where you all come in, he knew that there was going to be some type of negotiation. Not only did the witness have ideas, he sent her on a task. He wanted her to know, why do you feel as though? And I think that's okay in his line of duty. If she came in and there was more work to be done, and she said, I need, and he says, why do you need? So to me, that shows some type of interest, because why would he ask her to go and write it out? Why do you feel as though? With that being said, Bright Eye, Winston, Pumpkin, Boss, Ginger, Marie, and Mermaid. Let me hear from you all in less than a minute. No sleeping on the jury stand. Good point, Hell Kid.
Hey y'all. Hey Miss Petty Rowe.
Hi.
I can ask a question, right? These questions can be asked at this time, Judge?
Yes.
Okay.
One question.
Okay. One. Is there a reason why you guys did not speak about, like, actually come up with the negotiations during that weekend? Is there a reason why you didn't stamp it? This is what I want by the end of this trip, or whatever extras that I'm gonna be doing?
No, there was no particular reason, but as the weekend progressed, more things were being done.
Yes.
So in the middle of it, why would you have a conversation when we're still in the middle of the project? So once everything is done, then let's talk about it. But again, I had been mentioning it the whole weekend. Add this. If I did something extra, I specifically said, add this to negotiation number 7. Add this to negotiation number 8. Add this to renegotiation number 14.
Now, may
And
I
I
please
think,
ask
go ahead.
one more question, please, just to follow up on that one?
Okay.
When you asked that, was this, because I don't know the dynamic between you and Breaking, but was it in a playful manner? Because sometimes people, like, was it playful? Like, oh yeah, I'm doing something else. So
No, I said I was serious.
Oh, okay. Okay.
No, I said I was serious.
Okay. That's it for me, Judge.
Thank you, Jer. Right quick, Coy, C-O-Y, said that he accidentally used all caps in your live the other day. Betty, it got blocked by one of your moderators. I don't know if you feel like taking time in the juke joint, but I understand how that is. I've been told over there not to use all caps. So, Coy, if you're here, drop us a blue heart, and we'll see if Betty feels like unblocked here. Might cost you a galaxy next time you interrupt the juke joint. Go ahead, Winston. Let us hear from you.
Somebody said I need to focus on the road. Y'all can hear me?
Yes,
Y'all
nephew.
can hear me? I think the story running smooth right now. I'm not able to depict like who was wrong or who was right. But I think both of them is in agreement at this moment. So I think I need to move forward. We need to move forward for me to come up with a conclusion.
Yes, sir.
I think both of them at this point are in full agreement. They just don't have the conclusion and the gist of what needs to happen. And I don't know why you didn't just take half the money at that moment and then come back to the drawing board.
Well, just hold on.
That's kind of
just hold on. We're gonna get there.
Yeah,
just hold on.
Yeah, okay.
We do have a recording coming, but that's a good point from juror number 2, Mr. Winston. Thank you, nephew. Pumpkin, let me hear from you. Oh, girl, y'all, this is good to me. This is good to me.
Hello, everyone.
Pumpkin.
I just have a question. Basically, that Petty stated at the beginning that she saw need for something extra to be done, but then she said that he asked her to do Shep Foxy's confessional. Why would she feel like she needs to be paid for something that she took up on herself to do? I can see him being responsible for the Chef Foxy, but I'm kind of on the fence with her volunteering to do extra when it was not in the contract.
It wasn't in the contract, but if I see something that needs to be done and then I do it and then I come and ask you for compensation for it, that's up to you whether you say yes or no. I can ask for whatever I want to ask for.
But
It's up to you as the business person or the owner or the creator or whatever to say, yes, I agree or I disagree. I can ask for whatever I want to ask.
And that's true. That is true, Petty. So if y'all go to the drawing table and you had about 10 different things that you felt like you should get paid for, and Chef Foxy's thing is on there, which he asked you to do, and if he said he's only willing to pay you for Chef Foxy, would you be satisfied with that?
That is not the case right now. Excuse me, order in the
Okay.
court. Strike.
Okay.
I have to say we have to ask what ifs. We're not in a what if situation right now. We are in a situation that we're already trying to work out in one. Miss Peach's juror number 3. If we could stick to the situation we're in right now, please. If that's okay.
I understand.
Thank you, juror number 3. With that being said, Miss Peaches, please strike the last question from the court G-Junk records. We do not want that in the state's evidence. Boss, let us hear from you.
Good evening, Judge. Question for you, Petty. You said earlier that you were consistently asking.
Petty, you on teacup too. Go ahead. Speak up a little bit, boss. The coming cousin jurors is trying to hear from you.
I'm right here.
Petty,
we can't see you.
Did you say earlier that you were asking all weekend long to have renegotiation conversations?
It wasn't. I said, okay, we need to have this conversation right now. So since I already brought up Chef Foxy's her confessional. So when he said, okay, Petty, I need you to come up here and I need you to do Chef Foxy's confessional. My response was, okay, that's fine. Renegotiation number 8.
Okay. So that means that you were asking renegotiations 7 times.
I was making it known. Add this to the renegotiation. Okay, I did something extra. Add it to the renegotiation.
Okay.
But when I said it, I'm just using 8 as a parable, y'all. I'm just using it as a parable.
So basically what you're saying is the more that you had to do in your mental, you were documenting what you were doing.
And I said it out loud to him.
Okay.
My question now to you is, what was his response when you were saying renegotiation?
Sometimes he would laugh. Sometimes he would say, okay, Petty. Sometimes he had a different response. He wasn't writing it down on a notebook. No, he wasn't. I don't know whether he was taking mental notes. I can't speak to that. But I know he wasn't writing it down.
Okay. And then, Petty, my last question to you is, when he asked you to do the list of, the things that you were doing to get paid for, you said that you got lazy. Why did you not take that serious? Why did you not fill out a
just because I didn't write it down, that doesn't mean I didn't do the list. I just didn't write it down by hand. That's what I meant by I was lazy. I just didn't get out my notebook, write it out by hand.
So you produced him something with all
y'all getting ahead.
Yeah,
y'all getting ahead.
We do have evidence to present. It's just time for it. And so I guess that's
no further questions.
Okay, boss says no further questions. We do want to remember, jurors, that we do have evidence that has not been presented to the G-Junk. So we do have a voice recording from Miss Petty. Some of y'all questions probably could be held on to until we get through the recording. Then we'll come back. Ginger, hey sis, welcome back. Nice to see you from over at Big Go. Let us hear from you. What are your thoughts?
It is
what are your thoughts?
hard. Oh my goodness, it's a lot of stuff going on. And because I am not a regular, I have fresh eyes, so I am only looking at the 1, 2, and 3s. I'm not looking at hypotheticals. I don't want to hear the what ifs. I just want to know 1, 2, 3, this happened. So that's the only thing I can go on. And I know that people that have been here, you have the background, so you're digging. Well, what he said it like this, he said it like that. What was your tone? Let's just get to the this happened, this happened, this happened. Facts, no hypotheticals, no what ifs, and that's all I'm looking for. But I don't have any questions.
So you have nothing right now?
I don't have any questions. I'm sticking to the facts that are given and not inputting anything. I just want to hear what happened, and then I can.
Okay, gotcha. And then okay, Miss Marie, on you.
Okay, so my question is, when it comes to any contract, whenever you want more, you feel like you're going to be doing more than your fair share. The one thing I was wondering is, why didn't you at the time make sure that every single time he asked something of you, that you verbal response will come around and say that they were being they were being serious. They can say that it was a joke, especially if he laughed it off. But why didn't you, especially right then and there before you did anything, say, hey, I need your signature and you agreeing to any extra work that I do or that you ask of me. I need you to sign saying that you will compensate me for anything extra. And then when it comes to renegotiation, we can draw up a contract because I already have your signatures of your agreements, and then we can talk about the money portion of how much each of these things is going to cost.
So why didn't you especially do that in the beginning instead of word of mouth?
Number one, the people asking why I'm on Teacup. I'm not on Teacup. I can see me and I can see Winston. So I don't know what the issue is. I can see everybody.
We can't see you. We can hear you good, Patty. We heard better with her on Teacup, y'all, than we did when she wasn't. So she's on Teacup, but we still hear her. You're on Teacup. Can nobody on this side see you, Patty? If it drops her, y'all, she can just come back. Y'all can see her. We can't. I don't see her.
And I see y'all. They saying they can't see Winston, but I see Winston. So I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's just a glitch. I don't know.
Well, I do know that they're recording the live, so y'all just tap the screen.
Okay. Well, as long as y'all can hear me, y'all ain't gotta see me. As long as y'all can hear me. But to answer your question, honestly, I never thought that we would be here at this point. Maybe that's my fault for trusting somebody and believing if they tell me something that they're gonna abide by it. They're gonna hold to it. I don't run around when I talk to people and we have a conversation. I don't run around with a notebook and a pen saying, okay, you said this, let me write it in, and not do what you said you was gonna do or have the conversation that we said we was gonna have. So that's just being honest. I didn't think that I needed to. I never thought we would be here. I never thought he would say, oh, we didn't have this discussion. I never thought that we would get here.
Right. Y'all swipe out and come back if you can't see her. Right. And got you, and we're going to go straight into the recording. Tap the screen of 500K. We are going to expect 500K taps before we get into it. I do think we need to play a little music because they are recording it. Kevin is keeping me on my P's and Q's. So 500K. So during Mermaid's talk, y'all should be tapping extra hard. Mermaid, let us hear from you.
Okay. Good afternoon, Judge and everyone. Patty, I have a question. On Sunday, the last day that was on the 8th, you and BRAID, you all sat down and talked about renegotiating your price, correct? And
yes.
Okay, so you all spoke, and he said that for you to, get everything back to him. And when you left with nothing because he said, well, do you want me to just hold on to what I was going to pay you, right?
Right, and then pay you all at one time.
All at one time.
Yes.
Okay.
That's very important to know.
That was my only question. Thank you.
Thank you, Mermaid, for bringing that back out. So I do want to bring Miss Peaches, if you're downstairs still. Before we get to this recording, I would like to be the last person to have some comments. I do want to bring out to the coming cousin jurors, because it's so quick for you all to get caught up in things before we get down to the facts. So in this situation, two things can happen. Both persons were not as responsible, if I can put it like that, to be honest, as the judge. If Petty Rowe had things that she wanted to negotiate, there could have been a time, to me, us not being there, to say, well, y'all, why didn't y'all sit down and talk about it right then and there? So I will say at this point, that's lack on Petty Rowe. But then I have to go to the business owner, the one that has and holds the key. If that business owner kept the money, then that person has allowed more room for negotiation. Because even if there was more that she expected or wanted, when he did not pay her, to me, he was expecting something back. If you hold my money and I've already worked, you got to be fixing to give me a little bit more. Because if I've completed my task while I was there, I want my money right then and there. Who's going to work all week and your boss tell you, hey, wait until you clean the bathroom and then I'm going to have the rest of your money in 2 weeks? We black people. Excuse me to the whites that say, oh, we want our money too. But we don't operate like that. So I do want to bring to the coming cousin jurors that two wrongs don't make it right. But if I have to point out the wrongs in both of them, as of right now, could have done something differently. But if you hold my money, I want my money, LaShondra. So to me, him holding out money means that there was an expectancy. And shall we get to the expectancy? Can y'all hear me? This is good to me. Welcome to Judge Trendsetta's Shoot Chont. We're over here, we try to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help us God. And we're talking about GAWD. This is for entertainment purposes only. Plus, this is good to me. Let's get into this recording. Tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. Okay, yes, Glam. I didn't know Auntie Baby didn't have her privileges. Parade. Let's get into this recording. Now, there might come some times in this recording that we have to stop and ask questions to the witness. But I need y'all to put y'all ears on. I'm not talking about the ears y'all be using in these TikTok streets where everything sounds good to you. I'm talking about the ears where it makes sense, even though it, okay, period. Here we go.
Can we do it? Good morning, Braid. So,
hold on. What?
Can we get a date for that recording first?
I don't have the date. Miss Petty Rowe, could you give us the date of this recording? Oh, I do have, but I can't show it. Hold on. Let me tell y'all. I'll give y'all the date. Hold on. Give me a second. The date is, because her stuff is in here, December the 12th. Write it down. December the 12th at 10:03 a.m. Kevin said power tap to 500K. 10:03 a.m. Petty Rowe sends a recording to Mr. King. We are tapping the screen. After that, I will put up the text message, which will be his response. Exhibit A. Thank you, Peaches. The recording. 500K us. Keep tapping. Try not to be like Poetic Ariad and tap out like we do, because we tap it.
Can I ask a question right quick?
Miss Pumpkin. What's the question?
Can I get a snack?
Yes, ma'am. It's your snack time. I forgot. Go ahead, Pumpkin. Get your snack. I'm so sorry. Okay. Will we be having sandwiches or salad tonight?
Just
okay. We are almost at 500K. We in this thing. Here is the recording. These folks want to know. I see you coming, Cousin Juris, with questions. Give us a second. Good God, y'all is in a hurry, ain't it?
Good morning, Braid. So I was supposed to get you something in regards to renegotiating contract number 14. So all seriousness, this is what I'll say. I believe that I put in a lot of work, days before this show even comes out. When I compare what I believe that I've done to some of the other cast members, I think I went above and beyond. I wasn't just there like a stump on a log in the house. Not saying that anybody in particular was, just using that as a reference. I came in to do a job, to try to do what needed to be done. And I feel like some people didn't, and they still got paid. But I guess that's neither here nor there. Let's just talk about me. So, for one, I was doing additional content to keep people engaged on the app, to keep people excited about what we had going on, to keep us the talk of messy talk. I had over 6 hours of live stream that kept everybody engaged, talking about what was going on, trying to figure out what was going on. Even the one video that I did at the photo shoot, when all of that stuff came out about Barb saying Poozie was making side deals for $500 for Nina not to go to jail. I did a video really just to be messy, just to put something out there to get the people talking, and it got over 24,000 views. That may not be a lot to you, but I'm pretty sure nobody else from the content house put out anything that got that many views. Of course, I stayed up over 24 hours trying to do content. I did Chef Fox's confessional by myself. Just putting in work, trying to make sure that I took advantage of every hour that we had because we didn't have enough time. Trying to make sure that some of the other creators, they stayed engaged, they kept engaged, things like that. So I feel like I was not only on the content creator side, I do feel like I kind of was on the production side as well. I honestly do. So I am asking for an increase from the $500 to $1,200 to be paid for the weekend. In addition, I'm also asking that I do have a part in season 2, because I do believe there will be a season 2. I'd like to be a part of season 2 on the cast side as well as paid production side. I want to be able to have my name in the credits as part of the production team. I'm trying to get my foot into every door that is available, and that will help me to be able to go into other avenues, being able to have my name on credits for a project. Okay, I don't mind doing the work. You see that. But I want to have my name included in the credits, as far as on the production side, as well as being a part of the cast. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm glad I got the opportunity to work with you. I did have a lot of fun over the weekend, even though it was a lot of extra bullshit with the stuff at the players' ball. But it is what it is. So yeah, just let me know what you think. Get back with me. We can have a conversation over the phone if you like. But yeah, that's all I got. We'll see you later. Bye.
So that is the recording from Petty Rowe. Before we show his response to the recording, to me, What I heard is somebody that knows their worth, period. I know a lot of y'all saying hell no, but you're not the content creator 9 out of 10. You might not have nothing to bring to the table, but there is nothing wrong with somebody, in my eyes, knowing their worth. And if you bring something to the table, and as we all know, he speaks on views and numbers. If she brought 24,000 views to one video as a content creator and an influencer, that's a lot. If you post a video and you get 100 views in 5 minutes, in 5 seconds, 20 seconds, or whatever, that's hard work, y'all. Do you know how hard it is when you out here thinking your videos are just as good as somebody else's, but you don't get those views? You might not know it, but if you're not in the seat or position, get there. I promise you, you'll understand it better by and by. With that being said, Bright Eye Regal, you just heard the recording. What are your thoughts? Because I see the audience. It look like it's 60-40 over here right now. And it's going to be a tight case. But that's why we're here today.
Okay. So after listening to that, it's coming off as if, well, it was obvious that you wanted to have a job for season 2. And I would have assumed that the work ethic that you put in for season 1 was for him to acknowledge that you have that work ethic, and that you, because you threw it out there, you threw your shot out there, hey, I want to work behind the scenes for season 2. So, I mean, I don't want to give too much on where I'm at right now, but it does seem as though you just was showing your work ethic in order to get that job for the next season. And I'll leave it at 8.
Winston.
I just think that she should have, if she knew her worth walking into this whole thing, I think she should have, I think that should have been negotiated at the beginning, because she knew, Ro know who she is. And, I think by them being at a full weekend, that she was able to, see what was going on, open up, and then that's when her antennas clicked in. Oh, I could do this, I could do this. But if you already knew what you could do, I think that should have been at the table all at once.
Yes, y'all, I'm still here. I'm assuming I'm still on Teacup, but I'm still here.
She here, y'all. She just, probably because they're, Thank you, nephew. Pumpkin, let me hear from you.
Right. After hearing the recording, I just want to ask Petty Row one question. Petty Row, when he said that he was going to pay y'all $500, was that his agreement?
I can't speak for y'all. I can just speak for me, because
okay,
right, know what everybody else got paid. So I can only speak for pay.
All right, pay you $500. Was that an agreement that he already had set in stone, or did y'all agree to the 500? Did you agree to the 500?
Yes, Emma.
Yes.
So you're okay. That's all I need to know.
And let's not forget that she agreed to it, but after the negotiation came in, he held the money. So she did not get paid the first agreement. She did not leave with money.
So she's
I did not ask him, because I see it in the comments. I did not ask him to hold the money. He asked me, did I want him to hold the money until after renegotiations, and I could be paid in one lump sum.
All right. So Petty, did you ever get your 500?
You're getting ahead of yourself. Y'all hold on.
Okay.
Bob.
But, can you make sure that what is Petty witness, the defendant?
Bray King, Mr. King.
Okay, no mind.
Okay. Peaches, let the record show that whatever Miss Pumpkin wanted to say, strike that from the record. Boss, let us hear from you.
Well, Judge, I feel like this is a lot, and there was a lot of work that was done here. I'll side with Bright Eye when I say this. I still need to know more, but it sounds like this is area where someone did know their worth. However, they didn't know the operation of business. And so there was not proper business taken care of prior to all of this work being done. It sounded like that recording was very messy and kind of all over the place. It talked some good things about what the contribution she made, but then it mentioned some people that wasn't working. And so it sounds like she had to overcompensate for some people that wasn't working. And so she was trying to fill in gaps, and those weren't necessarily agreed to. But it also sounds like, based on the response that she got, that I heard you say, he wanted to just give it all in one lump sum. He had an understanding to the fact that she should have been paid more than what was initially agreed to. So I'm gonna stand there and hear more.
This is good to me. Woo, this is good to me. Tap the screen if this is good to you. We should be at 600K right now. We're working on a milli. Thank God the jurors are the jurors, and I don't have to tell nobody what to say. You're hearing it from them. Ginger, are you ready to give any input, or are you waiting to see BRAID King's response to the recording?
Well, let me just make sure that I want to stay on with what's going on. So what I gathered is based on her engagement, her additional engagement, the additional content, the 6 hours of live content, the confessionals that she covered, helping with the other content creators that were there, just in general, just general help, is what she's saying is to negotiate the original 500 to the 1.2K, in hopes of also being part of the cast for season 2 and being listed as production. It's straightforward. I don't see how we're getting. It's straightforward. So let's hear his response.
Hey, Winston, the female Winston. This is good to me. Miss Marie, let us hear from you.
Okay, so as someone who has also worked in film, everything has a budget. My question is, did you go into this feeling like you were already going to ask for more? Because there's a budget for production. There's a budget for the people that are going to be on the show. So if you as someone comes in and you already know what your title already is, to do the job of production does not mean you should get paid what production does or even get a credit, because there are things that production had to do in order to build a platform for you to even become a part of a show or whatever it was. So to ask to be put in production credits, yet there's certain things that production does and there's certain money that they have to come out of in order to produce all of this. If you did not even come out of the funds and the networking they had to do and all of that, besides what your particular title was, then to ask for it is pretty much overstepping, because if everyone else got paid the same thing, I know you're talking about knowing your worth. What did you bring to the table before he offered just that $500? Because if you agreed to that, you put a cap on yourself right then and then the minute you agreed to just 500. But
no, let me but there's not a cap on it if she never left with the money.
You're right.
She didn't leave with the money, so we can't make it look like she left with money, right, and then that caps it. If he withheld it, there's no cap, and he's the one that suggested it. So it's hard. Like, this is a very hard case because, like I said, both of them failed in areas with business-wise, but you have to put the facts in play that make it be a negotiation, because we're not talking about a contract. We're talking about negotiation. Okay. So I do want to state facts. I know a lot of people going to be upset with me, but we are talking about a negotiation. Why did you keep my money? Because we were talking. And then we are going to ask about the contract and all that later. But there are two different things here. We did know that we were going in for $500, but once she got there, then a negotiation take place. So she's asking for the more money with the negotiation, if that makes sense to some of y'all. I know I see some of y'all saying no, but one thing is $500 contract, but there is also a negotiation phase. Do you understand?
So did you go in there with a preconceived notion that you already felt you were going to ask for more, as in, 'cause, again, when it comes to production, there's more than just little bitty things being done here and there. So to ask for a credit and you weren't specifically brought on as production, it's a gray area, because then the production team is going, he can also face backlash from the actual production team who have a budget for them as the production team. So
well, he is the production team, so he knows the budget. I don't know the budget. So again, when I asked, he could have said no if there was no budget. So that's not my place or business to know what his budget or his cap is. That wasn't my place to know. And did I go into it saying I'm going to just ask for more money? No, because I didn't know going into it that, like, the one thing that I mentioned, I didn't know he was going to ask me to do somebody's confessional. How would I know that from the beginning, that he was going to ask me to do other things? I didn't know that. So I didn't go in saying I'm gonna ask for more money when I get there. No, I didn't.
Her question, I think, is, though, did you do the other work expecting to be paid for that? Is that why you kept mentioning renegotiation? Because you were doing it?
Boss, we can't
Because
hardly hear you. And y'all got to pay attention. Make sure y'all paying attention to the case, because if you got to pay attention to it, you got to.
what exactly did you do for the confessional?
She said she did Chef Foxy's confessional. And if anybody's been keeping up, confessionals are kind of like interviews. And so she answered that at the beginning of the trial, that she did a confessional for Chef Foxy, which is almost like an interview. So if you ever tune into his prior confessionals, he's the one that usually does the interview. It's his confessionals. He interviews the people that he brings into the home. So Petty Rowe did the confessional, which was his place. She did it.
Okay.
And that was a mistake on his part, because hear me out. She got in the position of a boss. It's his project, his confessional. So when you put everything into perspective, we cannot leave out the work that she done. It might not seem like anything to you, but it was his duty, and he left it to her. That's my 2.2. Do we have any other jurors that want to say anything else before I show his response? Jurors are doing great. Kevin is getting the likes and taps up. Shout out to the moderators. Keep sending gifts. Make sure the panel is getting some coins.
Your Honor, I got
We don't want the live to go down.
I do got one other question. The additional $700 that Petty wanted to add to the initial agreed amount, does that $700 just pay for the confessional that he asked her to do? Or does that include also the work that she did on her own?
Petty?
Hold on, I'm giving my daughter some information right quick. Hold on just a second.
Okay. And let me tell the coming cousin jurors something. Keep it cute in the comment section. I'm going to tell the truth about this case. I love Petty Rowe. I like her. But if I see that she did something wrong in this case, I'm going to tell the truth. So I don't know how y'all operate, but I didn't bring this over here not to tell her the truth. Like I said earlier, they both could have done something differently in the beginning, period. She could have taken it more serious, and he could have too. I've said that from the beginning. What do y'all want? You don't have to be here, period, Pooh.
The only thing I was
So the people in the comment section, I'm sorry.
No, I was only wondering, how did you come up? Well, when it came to doing the things that you said you did you do it out of your own, like, did you do it on your own without being asked? Because that's like a decision that you possibly made.
Some of it was asked and some of it was not.
Okay, so what was not?
I said that in the beginning. Some stuff was asked and some stuff was not. Again, because there is an alleged NDA. Some stuff I can say and some stuff I can't.
Correct.
I'm still waiting on additional paperwork to make sure everything I can say and what I can't.
Right.
I'm still waiting on additional paperwork.
Right.
Can you ask your question again, boss?
Petty,
Yes.
one question for you, Petty. The additional $700 that you're asking from Braid King, was that cost of the confessional that he asked you to do? Or does that include the other work that you did just trying to help out the team and fill it?
It's all of it together. All of it together.
Great. Thank you.
Okay, with that being said, now it's time to show Braid King's response to what Petty Rowe asks. I do want to bring to the court's attention. When Petty Rowe started out her recording, she said, "Good morning." And she said, "I was supposed to get back with you, or I was supposed to get with you." So when she called him back, clearly I hear that this is something that he was waiting on. She also said, "You wanted me to basically tell you why I deserve more." Here is his response. And it's very difficult. It's a very difficult case. After Petty Rowe's recording, we just played the audio. If anybody wants to rehear the audio, you'll have to wait until after the response. And I think it's good to hear the audio again after we read his response. Matter of fact, I can be playing the audio while you read his response. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
As we listen to the audio again, coming cousin jurors.
People asking me what they
Rick up.
Good morning, Braid. So I was supposed to get you something in regards to renegotiating contract number 14. So all seriousness, this is what I'll say. I believe that I put in a lot of work for the show to keep people engaged before the show even comes out. When I compare what I believe that I've done to some of the other cast members, I think I went above and beyond. I wasn't just there like a stump on a log in the house. Not saying that anybody in particular was, just using that as a reference. I came in to do a job, to try to do what needed to be done.
Oh, my bad, y'all. I forget you got to tap the screen for it won't turn off. Let me try to fast forward it. Hold on. We're going to fast forward it probably right here. Sorry, y'all.
I believe that I put in a lot of work for the show to keep people engaged before the show even comes out. When I compare what I believe that I've done to some of the other cast members, I think I went above and beyond. I wasn't just there like a stump on a log in the house. Not saying that anybody in particular was, just using that as a reference. I came in to do a job, to try to do what needed to be done. And I feel like some people didn't, and they still got paid. But I guess that's neither here nor there. Let's just talk about me. So, for one, I was doing additional content to keep people engaged on the app. To keep people excited about what we had going on, to keep us the talk of messy talk. I had over 6 hours of live stream that kept everybody engaged, talking about what was going on, trying to figure out what was going on. Even the one video that I did at the photo shoot, when all of that stuff came out about Barb saying Poozie was making side deals for $500 for Nina not to go to jail. I did a video really just to be messy, just to put something out there to get the people talking. And it got over 24,000 views. That may not be a lot to you, but I'm pretty sure nobody else from the content house put out anything that got that many views. Of course, I stayed up over 24 hours trying to do content. I did Chef Fox's confessional by myself. Just putting in work, trying to make sure that I took advantage of every hour that we had because we didn't have enough time. Trying to make sure that some of the other creators, you know, they stay. I feel like I was not only on the content creator side, I do feel like I kind of was on the production side as well. I honestly do. So I am asking for an increase from the $500 to $1,200 to be paid for the weekend. In addition, I'm also asking that I do have a part in season 2, because I do believe there will be a season 2. I'd like to be a part of season 2 on the cast side as well as paid production side. I want to be able to have my name in the credits as part of the production team. I'm trying to get my foot into every door that is available, and that will help me to be able to go into other avenues, being able to have my name on credits for a project. Okay, I don't mind doing the work. You see that. But I want to have my name included in the credits, as far as on the production side, as well as being a part of the cast. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm glad I got the opportunity to work with you. I did have a lot of fun over the weekend, even though it was a lot of extra bullshit with the stuff at the players' ball. But it is what it is. So yeah, just let me know what you think. Get back with me. We can have a conversation over the phone if you like. But yeah, that's all I got. We'll see you later. Bye.
So with that being said, I do want to go into the messages because I do want to read that message. After that message, allegedly, but there are no spaces or anything in the date. If it was a new message from congratulations, y'all know there would be a date there. Come on, people, stop acting like y'all don't have a cell phone. So this is a continuation after the recording. Any new text messages that start over, there is a date that comes with that message. Golly, congratulations. You have been money emoji promoted, money emoji. Petty, he identified who he was speaking to. I watched clips last night and was astonished at you taking the initiative. I told them on my live last night, you went above and beyond. If you're free today, I can give you a couple of sneak peeks. Now, let me finish listening to what you were saying. I was halfway done. She said, yes, I'm free anytime. He said, give me 10 minutes. So here I am to y'all. I don't know what we deal with on TikTok, but comprehension over here is so few to kindergarten. Very close to it. Y'all don't pass the second grade over here with me. Anybody that said that this message is off from that recording is out of sight, out of mind. You don't get it. Yes, he identified that he did not finish listening. But ain't no way y'all saying that this don't go with that conversation. I almost don't want y'all to be my coming jurors. I almost don't want y'all to be the coming cousin jurors, because on this internet, y'all spin shit the way that fit y'all to feel good with who y'all like. Y'all never ever, a lot of y'all, he never finished the recording.
But Miss Nitra,
But he identified what he listened to.
Can I make a point, please?
Yes.
Can I make a point?
Yeah.
If he did not finish the recording, how did he know what I asked for? What I asked for is at the very end. I did the explaining of why in the beginning. My ask was at the very end. So how did you not listen to the full recording, but you knew what I asked for? That doesn't make sense. You gave money emojis, which would say you heard the money part that I asked for money.
He said you've been promoted.
You went back. But
I can answer that question. I can answer that. I can answer that question. Absolutely. I can answer that question. How he knew is because from the start until this message, until the congratulations, y'all already talked. Y'all, like I said in the beginning, y'all was already in full agreement. So he didn't really have to listen to the message to know what you was talking
What
about.
is the question then? If he agreed to money before, then why I didn't get paid before? If I already asked for money before, then what sense does that make? Now you're saying we already talked about the money before. If we talked about it before, why didn't I get paid before?
Maybe you didn't know how much you were going to ask for.
No, yeah, the amount part. I don't see him saying, "Oh, you want 1,200." I don't see him acknowledging the
Specific amount.
I think that he was just saying.
But he also did not say, "No, I'm not giving you what you asked for. I can do 8 instead of 12." He simply said, "Congratulations." He didn't say congratulations on this one part. I gave the whole what he asked for.
Petty.
And his response was, "Congratulations, you have been promoted." Money emoji, money emoji.
No, that's exactly what that message means. Is you've been promoted.
Without
That's
a pay.
the current role that you were in.
If I could just add,
Give me 1 second. If you are at work, you're working a job and you get promoted, you don't get back paid for things that you did in your previous role to prove that you could be promoted.
If you ask for it, you can. If you don't ask, there is not a possibility. You can ask for what you want. It is up to the person in charge to decide whether they're going to honor it or not. Y'all stop thinking
That's
that
what I was going to
ask
say.
for what you want to
So
ask
that's what I was going to say. In all respect, give me
I'm just
2.2. Give me 2.2, Mr. Boss. In all respect, I must say, Petty can ask for it, but it's up to him to give in to the negotiation. So the question now, from after all the evidence so far this far, is was it worth the $1,200? So Petty can say, I want $1,200, but does this message mean that BRAID King agreed to the price? To me, the message means, I agree. You worked. You did above and beyond. You did things that I did not even ask you to do. But the question now is, was it worth it? And then Petty Rowe volunteer and do above and beyond before she negotiated her price. So again, when I say that two people could be wrong in this situation and that they did not follow through with the protocol to award more, are we at the point of she now has been paid for what she done, and that is the confessional with Chef Foxy, meaning the $350 is enough, because at this point it is volunteer work and it's not a full established agreement. I don't want nobody to think I'm being biased, but I am listening.
Judge, I can
and
ask
we
you a
have the
question.
evidence. So my thing is, do we count it as done? Because they both agreed to something, but there was never an established agreement. No signature, no, yes, Petty, I'll give you $1,200, but him acknowledging, hey, you did come down here and you did some work. So is $350 enough, or does he owe her another $350? That is where we are right now after seeing the evidence presented to the juke joint today. Will there be more money?
You can acknowledge
What's a
someone's
350?
hard work. However, that does not mean that you agree that them volunteering should cost you. That might be.
Where did the $1,200 come from, TT? Where the $1,200 come from?
Hold on. So y'all would be happy then, is what I'm hearing. If I just would have said, I did Chef Foxy's confessional and I charged $700.
I think that would have put something in a contract form, because at that point you identify what you want it for. I think that more gives the juke joint an outline of, okay, she said she wanted $800 for the confessional, she wanted $200 to clean the bathroom, she wanted $500 because she washed the dishes. But when you have so much that you said that you've done, at this point you have to pick and choose what was worth what. Like, okay, well, she did the confessional,
So who gets
so
butterfly?
I feel like there should have been a breakdown in what was worth.
He didn't ask for that. He didn't ask for that though, Miss
Okay.
Mitra. He didn't ask for that. I gave him what he asked for.
You were looking for negotiations, and he didn't negotiate with you. However, he did tell you how much he was willing to pay for you doing the extra work that you did, which was the $350. Did you accept the $350?
No. I don't think
She got that. Hold on, somebody else paid that. She got that while we were gone.
Oh, so he didn't
Right.
pay no extra. You still
Right.
haven't gotten paid?
No,
That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm looking at.
Y'all getting ahead.
Right. That's what I
Y'all
was
getting
looking
ahead.
Yeah, we getting ahead. We ain't made it there yet.
They
Order
spoke.
the juke joint. Order
I'm
the
sorry.
juke joint. Rachel paid $350. One of his supporters.
Oh.
Right. So on that Sunday, the 8th, because I wrote my dates down, that's when they sat down and had the conversation, and then they spoke about the negotiating, and he said, well, you want me to just hold on to this until you get your information back to me.
Right.
That information came to him on the 12th. I wrote it down.
Right.
So that's when he left the message. He responded in the congratulations, the promoted and astonished initiative and everything.
Right.
How I'm looking at it, as by now she has not, by the 12th, she still had not received anything. So it's still open for negotiation because she had not received anything. And from the 8th to the 12th, because I thought it was a week that they had, that she had gotten back with him. There was actually only a few days, 2-3 days. So now we're still. So I'm gonna scratch out the 350 because if we look at the date on the 12th, she still had not received anything. So
I want to point this out too. I want to point this out. In that text message, it says, I told them on my live last night, you went above and beyond. So that first message where he's saying congratulations, you've been promoted, he was already looking at the quality of work that she gave and decided that he was going to give her a better position coming in.
Right.
So he understood that she needed to get paid more for her work, but that does not necessarily saying that she would have got paid for the past. Promoted again looks like she's going to be paid more in the future for what she's going to do in the future.
I wish you fix your phone because this is good now. But we can't hardly hear you.
What about now? Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So again, that text message is saying that he was already impressed with her work before even hearing her recording or a partial of her recording. He already was trying to feel like, he wanted to promote her and put her in a different space. What I want to point out to the court too, Your Honor, is that even though I really believe that Petty did some great work, she went above and beyond. She saw some gaps that was being present and acknowledged herself in the text messages, like she went above and beyond. So that's good. What I'm struggling most with, though, is that it was clear that she walked into the situation with a personal and professional agenda. She came in expecting for experience and an opportunity to grow into what she's trying to do. She said multiple times in that recording, like, I want to get my name out there. I want my name in the credits. I want to be on the paid production and I want to be in the cast. So she had a ton of personal agendas in that. And I think that she's not considering that when she's charging the excessive amount of $700 for the additional work and for what he asked her to do, because she's still expecting something from him in the platform that she came to. That's my thought there.
I don't think she had no agenda. I think that she made that decision after she was doing all the extra work that she was doing. I don't think she came in there with the agenda, oh, I'm gonna come in and do some extra work and I'm gonna ask him for this and I'm gonna ask him for that. I think once she started doing extra, that's when the
I agree.
the other agreements that's when she's saying, hey, let me ask him about this. I don't think she came in the door with an agenda.
I believe that she did.
Why wouldn't you?
I
If
agree.
I had more followers, if I have more followers and I'm promoting and I know that it's going to get a lot of traction on my end compared to the other people that's in the house, I would ask for more money before I signed anything. If I knew who was in the house and I'm like, okay, well, compared to them on the app, it's giving Big Boss over here. So I'm gonna need Big Boss money because I'm not going to get paid the same amount that they're going to get paid. But if you didn't already,
not what I thought.
oh, okay.
I would say
I'ma say that.
We already asked that, and I said I didn't go in with any preconceived notion to ask for anything extra because I didn't know that I was going to be asked to do extra. I didn't know that. So I couldn't come in and say, oh, he's going to ask me to do extra. So on Sunday, I'm going to say I want extra money. There's no way to know that.
So he might flip it
So, bro,
around
would you
that
have done extra? Would you have done extra if he had not asked you?
I don't know.
Bro.
I can't say that. I can't say yes or no because I don't know.
I from knowing you, from knowing you, as long as I've been knowing you, I think you would have. And then when he asked you, that amplified you, to go forward. But I think, because I also heard you say that you didn't really have the experience, I think when you started to do all of this, it clicked in your head like, you know what? I could get paid for this. I think it was done I think you did it backwards because you didn't know because of the experience moving forward. You feel me?
But that also goes both ways, Winston. That also goes both ways.
It does. But listen, he's in full control at this moment, right? He's in full control at this moment. So when y'all go down there, he's in control. However, when you see that you can put your hands here, you can control this, you can control this, you can be here
in your head. Now it clicks in your head as if I can get paid. So now let me give him a price what I think I'm worth. Because
I've been hearing $1,200. I've been hearing $1,200, but I didn't see no $1,200 in no text message. I haven't heard nobody talk write it down. It wasn't in no contract. So I'm still trying to find out where the 1200 come from. That's what I'm trying to find out.
He asked me how much I wanted. He didn't say give me an itemized bill. That's not what he said. If he would have asked for an itemized bill, I would have said, okay, 6 hours of content going live at $75 an hour. That's what I'm asking for this. For doing Chef Foxy's confessional by myself, that was 2 hours, $150 an hour for that. If he had asked for an itemized bill, I would have given that to him. But that's not what he asked for. He asked me what he Sunday, and I said that already. Sunday, sitting at the table.
And I want to put up another message while she does this.
Does the message acknowledge that he knew that it was $1,200 that she wanted? Did he ever acknowledged that you wanted $1,200?
Right. Okay, so I would like
the recording.
No, did he
listen
acknowledge
to the recording? He heard it.
Right. Did he ever say anything after he said, "Let me finish listening"?
Okay, so here is another message. Let me do this right quick, because I do have questions with this to move forward as far as the negotiation part. This is good, y'all. So in this message here, Sunday, December the 15th, jurors, please pay attention and recap. In this message here, December the 15th at 1:32 p.m., Petty Row. Hey, did you have somebody send me some money? Braid King, yes. $300. That's my mama's cash app. He said, I kept the $200 open for the renegotiation part. So it's not like you got paid completely. She said, okay, thank you. He said, you're welcome. You got an idea when you free to link up at Fab office. She said, give me a couple options when you're available and I'll pick one. I get home late Tuesday night, so anytime after that. That don't understand. I have not been biased at all, period. But I am going to present the evidence to this juke joint so we can come up with facts. So I'm not being biased.
And if
I'm
you
giving
think she
you
is
evidence.
being biased, so what? Because it's still jurors here. We're the ones that are going to say whether it's guilty or not guilty, and so are the comment cousins. So just chill the fuck out. Excuse my language.
It's okay.
Can I say something right quick?
Yes.
So it clearly says open for the renegotiation.
get into the Jew jokes. The real
Right.
part.
But let her finish though. Let her
Okay,
finish,
and
though.
then Ginger, because this is
Right.
entertainment purposes only. But
No,
I
no, I understand. But when it comes down to it, he's acknowledging just your worth, but he's leaving it open to interpretation to how he will see it and spin it to not favor you. That is how he's leaving it open.
Okay, so since you got experience, can I ask you a question? Can I get a sidebar,
Yes,
Judge?
ma'am.
So being that the contract stated that I was supposed to get a certain amount of money in a certain form, if I did not get it, the date that I was supposed to get it, the amount that I was supposed to get, in the form that I was supposed to get, would that be considered that he breached the original contract?
He did because when they made the decision, but also he can flip it around and say, well, I did offer to hold on to this money, and she said, okay.
He breached the contract.
Paid that out and said, we're going to leave it open for negotiation for the other portion that you believe you are entitled to and what I owe you. That is how it should have been done. He should have never kept it. He should have paid his part. Like he said, none of this half and half, because you didn't do half the work and then said you do the other half later.
What I do?
It is about, he has to stick to that original obligation to, this is this 500, but I'm leaving open for negotiation for the other half. That's what should have been said.
Okay. So with that being said, it's time to move on down the road. Is there any other evidence that needs to be presented? We need to hear from Ginger. Ginger has not spoke and she's been holding back. She is one of the jurors that has been holding back. And so I would like to hear from her. And then we have to get into the phase. I think Winston might have got dropped because of in the truck. He's not driving, but I think they might have got you, Winston. Did it say you can't come back up in the box? Now, I would like to know this. This is a very important question. Is there a contract? Any type of contract that you have? Because from what I hear and gather from when going around TikTok and listening, it seems as though people signed contracts. Is there any type of signed agreement between you and Mr. King?
I think I sent you the talent release form, I think.
And what can we find in this talent release form?
Yeah, don't show it because
I don't see it, so that's probably a good thing because I don't want people's stuff. Shout out to Mimi FOE. She said gonna show up and show out. Thank you for my cash out, Mimi. And then I got another cash out from Not Nosy. Get me a Starbucks. I sure will. We got a new one in town. You must have knew. So with that being said, I'm not gonna be showing people's information. So that information will be kept confidential. So I cannot put that, I'm not gonna even look for it because I'm not gonna put it up. It's very relevant to this case. With that being said, I think it's time to get into the deliberation because there's really nothing else. What we have to do that I feel as though we have to determine right now if $700 more is warranted to the witness. And we have to figure out if $350 that was paid, even though it does not matter who paid it. Let me make myself clear. It does not matter if it came from Barry King's pocket or one of his followers. So we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. If somebody paid it for him, it's paid forward. That will be considered a payment. I'm sorry. So with that being said, I think it's time for us to hear from Ms. Patty to see if there's anything else she wants to present to the joint, and then we will hear from the jurors. But we must consider Miss Rachel, and a big shout out because $350 is a lot of money
coming from anybody. And I
Coming
did
from
say thank you to
anybody.
Miss Rachel over the weekend. I did say thank you, even though I don't know her.
She did.
I said it on the live.
Ginger, let us hear from you, and then we'll go into deliberation. Ginger.
Well, from the voice memo, it seems to me that there is acknowledgement of additional help. There's acknowledgement of being promoted. I think what we shouldn't get into is what he meant. We don't know what he meant. We don't know what he felt. We just know what he typed. And it is congratulations, you've been promoted. And when we start adding, well, he meant this, he could have meant that. What it says, let's just go by what it says and not by what the streets has, over the period of time, what we've come up with in our own minds. And this does look like an acknowledgement. As far as an amount, we can't say that he's acknowledging an additional, that he's acknowledging the amount that she stated. And I think what should be owed is the original contract, which was the $500, I believe. And he said that he gave $300 and $200 was pending. So if she received $350 that someone gave on his behalf, I would think that the $150 would be a call it even, because there's no specifics in writing or verbal that the 1.2 was ever agreed upon.
I also wanted to just ask real quick, did you breach the NDA by bringing everything up, even like going live? Because I know a lot of people were confused. And
no, everybody was live in the house. BRAID King was live in the house. Everybody was live in the house. It wasn't just me. Everybody was live. Everybody was hopping in each other's lives, including BRAID King.
Okay.
That whole weekend.
And did you get the extra $200 that you were owed? As opposed
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. How much have you been paid in full, Miss Petty?
I got 2 separate transactions from him that did equal $300, and I thought I sent you that, Miss Nitra. And then we all know the $350 sent from Rachel.
So $950.
No, that'll be $850.
Oh, I thought okay. So you have received $850.
Yes.
So you still received more than what you were originally supposed to get.
But I didn't receive the $1,200 that he agreed to when he said congratulations.
Did he agree to the $1,200 in conversation with you?
Yeah.
Or did he agree to the $1,200 in the text?
Signing the paperwork for. That is what the paperwork was for. That's what I keep saying, and I've said it from the beginning.
On the paperwork, it said $1,200.
That is the reasoning. He never kept the appointments. He scheduled several appointments. Some of the people in the comments know. He even scheduled an appointment with me the last time that we spoke. I can't remember the date, but some of the people were in the live. He gave me a choice on the live between a Thursday and a Friday. I believe my daughter's homecoming was that Friday. So I said, I'll do Thursday at 11 o'clock, I believe. He was supposed to get me the address to the office for me to show up and sign the paperwork and finish it up. And I kept asking for the address. He never sent it, and he stopped responding altogether.
When it comes to signing documents,
and Ms. Nisha has those messages where I kept asking for the address. Are we still gonna meet? I sent that to Ms. Nisha.
Petty, this is a very important
He didn't
question.
send this
Hold on,
to you.
One second, Mari. Can you let me get this question in?
Go ahead.
So just to clarify, you said that he agreed to the $1,200 in person or in text message?
We've talked on the phone.
You talked on the phone. Okay.
Yes.
So
we talked on the phone, we text, and we talked over on the different lives, across his lives, across my lives, maybe even somebody else's. But
I'm
we
sorry,
also
just keep
talked
it very clear for me. Keep it very clear. At what point did he say $1,200 is what I'm going to pay you? And was that on a conversation?
There's
with
no
him?
conversation in here about the price other than, yeah, there's nothing in the text messages. And I just went through the messages. If y'all would like to see the messages, I will show them. But there is no agreement in either of these messages that say $1,200.
No, y'all, it's not another $1,200.
No, Petty, I think you're distracted. We're getting distracted.
No, so I was responding to somebody.
Okay, we're getting distracted. I just want to know specifically, when you talked to him on the phone, he said to you, I agree to pay you $1,200.
Come in,
correct?
let's get the paperwork signed. He wanted it signed in paperwork.
Okay, so hear me out. So hear me out. Earlier in your testimony,
First, I mean the reasoning why I was asking is, first, you had to get to the end of the recording to know what I was asking for. That is what I'm trying to tell y'all. For him to say he did not finish the recording, you have to go through my reasoning first to get to what I asked for.
So with that being said,
you had already communicated $1,200 with him. That's what I'm trying to point out.
But y'all asking the same question just a different way, and she giving the same answer. There is nothing that we can find in writing that states that she wanted $1,200.
Okay, so at this point, the $850, they will say that that's paid in full.
Let me finish. I'm finna get to that. Give me a second. Don't jump over the moon yet. So with that being said, we have to get to the nitty gritty, or we'll be here all night talking about $850 was given. That's for a weekend. That is for what allegedly he must feel like it's worth. So now $850 is on the table. Let's talk about it. Is $850 enough?
It is at this point with nothing in.
Hold on, I'm not through. Because at this point, I could say confessional was $350. That was her word.
Can I add one more? Can I add one more piece of evidence?
Yes,
well, I don't have the recording, but when he was on Tea Times Live, she talked to him about the whole situation, and he admitted that he was wrong and that he had me fucked up.
I heard that he said that.
In fact, that he did in fact have me fucked up, and that I did ask for that. All of that. He admitted that on Tea Times Live.
So if we will have to, because as of right now, we heard that during the phone call, but I do not know if we can present that as evidence unless we get it in a recording. Because as of right now, that will be hearsay, I'm sure, for the coming cousin jurors.
Judge,
I don't have the live because it wasn't mine.
Right.
Can I ask a question?
Hold on, because you just coming in late. I don't know. I didn't want no more juries up, so we got to be careful with just coming in. And so, what's your question, Miss Panky? Because I don't know. Winston was the
my comment, cousin. So I've been here. My question is for Petty Rowe. When y'all was on the phone, he agreed to the 1,200, correct? So is it safe to say that
that's all gonna be hearsay, Kim? That's not gonna help this case because we weren't on that phone call. We have no evidence that man agreed to $1,200. So we cannot sit here in the juke joint and make him be guilty of saying I want I'll give you $1,200.
No, that's not what I'm saying, Nitra. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is the agreed amount was $500. He done already paid over that amount. Was he paying toward that 12?
You not Kim, listen.
That's why it was broken up, and he specifically said, I'm breaking it up because We still have unfinished business. So I'm not going to pay you in full because it's not the full payment.
You did say that.
So if you have that on a document,
I'm sorry, Miss Panky. Miss Panky, I love you, first cousin in real life, but I must excuse you from this case. I'm sorry, kinfolk and all. This is the juke joint. This is not Bella Leon's courtroom. We do not let you come up and have questions from the comments section. If you did not start this case when we started, I know you feel like your comment and your remarks are very important to this case, but I cannot let you come in and badger the witness. We have made it this far. We are at the end of this case, and we cannot start over. This is a very touchy situation for me. So we don't want to get everybody up here to ask Petty Row questions. We have jurors up here to do that. I love everybody. Lottie Dottie is included in that. And shall we continue? Peaches, strike from the records. The last question is coming from Panky. We cannot present that into this juke jump. $850 is a lot of money for a weekend. I understand Petty Row is worth it. I understand Petty Row is worth it. I love Petty Row. To me, Petty Row got a shit going on. But when it comes down to business, Petty Row, you left some tables unturned. Oh,
yes.
We all know if it ain't documented, it did not happen. We all know if it's not written in stone, it did not happen. Of course.
That's not true.
Hold on. Give me 2.2.
That's not true.
Give me
Okay,
2.2. Hold on. Because let me tell you why I say that. Because you wanted $1,200, but the juke joint does not have evidence that he agreed to the $1,200. That's my only fight right now, and that's what makes it hard. Because though you put it in a recording, he listened to it, even his own words don't say, I'm gonna give you $1,200. It seems as though he bounced around a little bit and it was a play time, but I don't see the seriousness in, I want my money. You were serious, but he wasn't prompt. He wasn't direct. He never said, yes, I'm gonna give it to you. Okay, here, Petty, you do. He said you went above and beyond, but $850 is a lot above and beyond. Is
Judge,
what?
Anything.
Oh, give me 2.2. So I'm so glad that I'm not the one that get to make it, because if I went somewhere and I did more work, I'm gonna want more pay. If I tell somebody, because this is where you're right, and this is where I see him wrong. That's why I'm not the juror that has to make the decision. I feel like in that recording, once you told him and he sit back, his first response and said, congratulations, I do believe he listened to the whole recording. I believe at that moment he was acknowledging your words from your recording. But he never said yes. He said, congratulations. You went above and beyond. He acknowledged the work, but to me, he never put a definite on the pay. I'm not done talking. I want to share it because this is hard. Oh, girl, this is tough. This is tough. This is tough. We need Tea Time Live, somebody saying I fucked up or I got petty effed up and I was wrong. We can't take that into consideration. But we don't have that evidence coming, cousin jury. Bright Eye Regal, I need to hear from the jurors. We're going to go in the way.
Somebody got it. They sent me something.
Let's get it.
If you
Let's
want to
get it.
If they already made up their mind that
it's the comment cousin
he didn't
jurors,
acknowledge it, even though he kept saying we need to meet in the office to sign
That's
paperwork.
what I was going to ask.
what the paperwork is for if he didn't agree to what it was. But if they already made
The
up
mind
their
ain't
mind,
made up. We
saying
ain't
we
put
need
the jury poll up.
Mine
It's
ain't never made up
1600.
until the last.
It could have just been he wanted to get you there to try to negotiate you down. You never know, because that could have been another thing.
Oh,
But we
somebody
don't
said they
know
sent me
that, though.
something.
That's
Hold on,
still
y'all. We got some
speculation,
evidence
though.
here.
So the times that you were going to the office that was rescheduled, it didn't happen, whatever, it didn't happen to get there to sign the contract. Did you ever see a physical copy of it, or did you just know that it had been produced? Did you ever see it?
No, I never saw it. No,
Okay.
I didn't.
But you do know that it was produced, but you never saw it.
He never sent it to me because, again, that's what I was coming to the office for.
Okay. So we don't know what was on the contract. We don't know, y'all.
And that was one
we know.
If we're all going to assume, I'm going to assume what's going to be on the contract is what I asked for, because there was no rebuttal.
There you go.
petty.
So I'm assuming what I asked for would be on the contract, and I need.
Just a question. Why not just at least get it in text message? Like, hey, look, we are agreeing that you'll be paying me this amount of money for, because you acknowledge
that he wasn't really trying to link up. He kept procrastinating. So I would want to at least stamp it right here and there. This is what we're linking up to do, right? It's to agree to $1,200. That never, like, you never mentioned anything when
I'm lost.
Because I'm gonna be honest with you, because I didn't think that I needed to do that. I thought somebody would keep their word. So just like I wouldn't do that with Miss Nitra. I would just believe if me and Miss Nitra had a conversation and she said she was going to do something, I'm going to assume that you're going to do it until you prove to me otherwise that I can't trust
That's when you
word.
can take it as business, because I don't trust anybody in business. My thing is this: money talks.
But
No, I understand,
that might
but
be
Patty,
your
Right,
experience.
right. Stay on task.
Yeah, we're not here to talk about. We're not here to talk about what he was doing.
One at a time. Hold on, G joint.
So for paperwork, he could have sent
We
it
got
in
to,
an
we
email.
can't, we got to stick to the case.
That's a shoulda, coulda,
So-
woulda.
We're not here to talk about what we would have done. We're here to talk about the case. And respectfully, I know what we all saying and all that, but we're not here to do that. So one at a time, let's keep it. Now, somebody just sent this message to me, Patty. It said Braid King showed it in a live. Let me try to read it. It's halfway up there, but it looks like it says Patty Rowe, and it says, and was astonished that you taking the initiative. So this is him. I told them on my live last night, you went above and beyond.
Live go up. My heart is racing.
Hold on. It says, if you're free today, I can give you a couple sneak peeks. Now, let me finish listening to what you were saying. I was halfway done. You stated, yes, I'm free anytime. He said, give me 10 minutes. We can FaceTime. You said, cool. Law service called me back. Thursday, December the 12th, they wanted me to put or show this. You know what? I'm tripping. The question I should have asked before hanging up is when I'm going to get paid. I got flights to book. Did he ever respond to you saying, when am I going to get paid? And really, this evidence still does not specify $1,200. And was this before the recording? Let me see.
That was after. Okay, let me
Okay, so this is after the recording, guys.
Yes, let me set it up. When we talked at the table, we talked about when we were going to meet that Sunday. Okay, we talked about when we were going to meet, and I said, Braid, I'm going to Vegas. We can meet up when I come back.
Right.
In the meantime, that's when he asked me to get him why I thought I deserved more money and asked what I wanted. That's why that was the 4 days. And I got it to him. I left and went to Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I said. When am I going to get paid? Because I am booking flights, right? So that's when he sent. I didn't know he was sending it. I got a random cash app while I was in Vegas for $300.
Right.
And then that's when it said something about his last name. So that is why I asked him, because that's the first thing that came to mind with that last name. That is why I said, did you send me some money? And that's when he said, yeah, my mama sent it or whatever.
Right.
Because we need to keep it open for the renegotiation because I was out of town. He knew I was going to be out of town. And we were supposed to get together when I came back.
Okay. And that explains it. Let the Jew Joint record show, Peaches, that the witness has explained that message. With that being said, Miss Tea Time, welcome to the Jew Joint. So, Miss Tea Time, we hear that there, and you best can explain, because from your live, we hear BRAID King had someone to pay $350 towards, or either the final payment of what Miss Petty Rowe is asking or expecting. There allegedly is something that was said at your platform to state that he, I guess, said that he had Petty effed up and maybe agreed to the $1,200. Is that true? And if not, could you please present some type of evidence or word of mouth of what took place at your live? And thank you for even getting $350. We do appreciate that.
Well, I didn't get it. What happened was, we were speaking of it. He stood 10 toes down that he had never agreed to anything. And the person, Rachel, said have, and he said, no, I'm not sending anything at that time, right? As we had further, she did send the cash app, and he had stood 10 toes down that he was not going to send anything because he never agreed to anything, right? So as we talked to him more and found out that there was a text message saying, congratulations. What was asked is, what were you saying congratulations to? Because my question was, why was she asking for the 700? Where did that number come from, and why did she really feel strongly that he owed it at? So he then said there was a memo. He said he never listened to the full memo. He played the full memo in the live, and she asked for the 700 in the memo. And that's when he said he had her fucked up, because he did not even realize she had asked for that. This is what he said in the memo. He said he then needed to talk. I did not press him. I told him to follow his first mind. Pressing the person will tell them to do it. I told him, whatever you felt in your first mind, do what you felt. And what he felt was to pay her. Do what you, because he felt something. He felt something. He said, shit, I had her fucked up. So he was not paying her what he thought she deserved. He paid her what he felt, because he said, I asked him, I said, would you have said congratulations had you listened to the full memo? He said no.
But Tea Time, how did he get to the money amount if that was at the end?
This is
we were listening to you. We were listening to you.
No, what I'm saying is, how did he know what I asked for? And I want y'all to hear me, because I think y'all are missing it.
Where does it say that? Because looking at
in the beginning is what I was giving the reasoning. I didn't ask for anything yet in the beginning.
Right.
You had to listen to the whole message to know what I was asking for.
Well, I don't know anywhere where he said he knew the amount. Even in the message that y'all had up on the backdrop, he said
again, Tea Time, he's telling you that he didn't listen to the full message.
Right. Give me a second.
Okay,
because he told you to in a text message. That text message that he sent you, he said I didn't listen to the full clip. He said that in that message.
But you can't say congratulations and know what I was asking for if you didn't listen
that you wanted
to
a
the
promotion.
whole message.
Yes,
No.
you
No,
can't
you
say anything
can't.
about money. He said, congratulations, you've been promoted.
Not say
okay, do you have the memo?
congratulations if you don't know what I'm asking for.
Do you have the memo?
Yes, we've played it 3
Okay,
times.
in the memo,
already.
you said you felt you needed a promotion and
Yes, she said it. So let me say this, because what I wanted right now was the evidence of what he said. And so Tea Time was here to be a witness of his words. So I don't want to go all the way back with the clippings. This, I mean, it's out there. It's up there. It's stuck there. I think where we are now has enough been paid, basically, because we really don't have a written agreement. And I really think that we have to go through the point of if enough has been paid.
I think what he did, Ms. Nitra, in my opinion, what he felt, he misstepped. And because like I explained in my live, if a person sends I could send an email to my job and say, hey, I want to take a 7-day vacation. This is why I feel I deserve the vacation. And all the way at the bottom, I say, but I need that with pay and I need that payment in advance, right? If my boss, my employer says, congratulations, have a great trip, right? I'm going to assume they read that whole email, right? But if I'm then waiting on the money and my boss didn't say, wait, I didn't read the whole thing. I was just saying have a great trip because you said you was going on vacation. At some point, that's what I think happened. I think that he heard all of those things, but did not fully listen and said, well, since I missed that, and this is my opinion, I'm only going off what he said and what you have in your thing. It sounds to me like he said, fuck, I got to make it right because I said congratulations prematurely.
Which we have to take into consideration, because at that point, with that being said, it gives him, they keep calling my phone, it gives him some type of acknowledgement to what she was saying. So with that being said, somebody just sent me Tea Times Live. Tea Times Live breaking stops by to clear up the Colorado trip. So let me ask, will this get straight to it? Because
Your Honor, while you do that, I just want to respectfully say a couple things. Congratulations to me does not mean yes, I agree to pay you. Congratulations is saying that he saw her work and all that she had put into it. He was on her
right,
live.
because she did talk about multiple things.
He said that in the message, and that's what I'm saying.
I stand corrected. I stand corrected. Because there were multiple things. So, Peaches, if you're still here, strike from the record that the judge said that gives him, because it really doesn't, because several things were discussed in there. And I do understand he put the dollar signs there or the money bag. I think that he agreed to a lot in the recording, but at the end of the day, it's speculation.
And he also
may I ask?
It is speculation on my part.
Petty also said
What'd you say, Tea
that
Time?
he asked her to send a
in
detailed
the
email.
message that he did not listen to the full memo.
Yeah, but he asked her for a detailed email, and she said that she was lazy and did not produce that. And so she sent a voice memo. And so the way that business worked, he asked her to do it the proper way initially and put it in black and white.
I don't have an email for him.
Petty, but you could have asked for one. You have his number, and you could have even then.
And he could have said, I don't want it this way. Let me send you my email address. It goes both ways.
Yeah,
Y'all were saying if I didn't do something, if he didn't ask for it, it goes
My
both
statement
ways.
still stands though.
If the way that I gave it was unacceptable, he
I'm
would
going to
have
call
said
Empress
that.
for the questions for the jurors downstairs.
You have to protect your assets. And so in this case, because you did not put it in writing, you did not even summarize your conversations that you had with him about what it was concerning. You put yourself in the line of fire, and then you didn't even accept any money or make him pay what was agreed to up front initially. So he ended up paying you what he wanted. And I believe when he went to Tea Times Live and said, hey, look, I messed up. I messed up here. I think that out of good faith of being a business owner, he sees that you said to him something that he didn't run across in time. So he feels a little obligated, I believe, to be like, she deserved a little bit. I didn't realize she was doing all of that. And plus, I already said she did a good job. So that's just a man of him. But I think, again, $700, that's very excessive for him only asking you to do one thing, and that is that confessional. The other things you decided to do on your own.
I agree.
I will also say, when it comes to, if you think about even the other cast members, is that you did get paid more than everyone else. And there might be people that try to come forward, like, you know, if they're even hearing all this, like, okay, so why is this person?
But he's the one that told us, so that's not my
That's
burden
not
to
the
bear.
burden, but he
Because
also could
nobody knows
DocuSign. He could also DocuSign the documents to you. That takes both signatures. You don't have to go to each other. It's still a binding.
And I did ask to do a Zoom with him. If you look at December the 28th, I did ask to do a Zoom, and again, he never followed through. So I've asked several times to meet with him, to try to do it through the Zoom, to try to do it other ways. So it's not like I just said whatever. I did do those things.
May I ask
But he also realized that you
the
probably
amount
feel-
of the $300? Hold on just a second. The amount of the $350, was that just a love offering, or how did that amount come? Is that just the amount that was decided that that individual wanted to give, or did that individual think that they were contributing to a total?
Tea Time came and said that the woman said she wanted to just pay that just to get rid of the disagreement. So that was a fan of his that decided to pay her because
love offering.
Yeah.
So it wasn't anything that she was trying to, let me put this with this in order to make this. It was just, here's $350 to pacify, but not.
He wasn't gonna give her nothing, even when the girl said
From what I heard, she was saying she didn't believe that money should ruin a friendship. So let me give this to try to make it go away, so to speak. Just so that it's done with. Let me give $350 and hopefully that'll settle it.
Petty, do you have experience in having lives where or videos where it gets 24,000 views?
Yes.
Okay. Because we were looking in the comments, someone put in the comments that you did have one that had like 1.2 million views, but that was 3 years ago. But your other views don't really account to what you said you did on the work on his platform. I'm just curious, did you want to address that on the Common Cousins?
He can't control the views.
Yeah, but what even was the question? I mean, have
they
I had
wanted to
videos
know.
with more than 24,000 views before? Yes. Do all of my
Yeah,
videos?
she's a large content creator. That's why she don't know.
I didn't know. That's why I'm just
Yeah,
asking.
she is a large content creator. So let me say this, because we do have to push it down. I think it's
I got a
time.
question for you. Can you make sure when you listening to that, because people keep saying I made him, can you make sure you see if I'm forcing him to pay her, or if I'm telling him to follow his first mind? I would love to get you saying that I forced him to pay.
Yes, ma'am.
And I was in that live too. You didn't force him. You definitely told him to go off his first feeling that he had when he heard it.
Yeah, I was on the phone.
Now, does that leave an open? So with the negotiation for the next season?
Well, we're not gonna get into the next season because we don't know if it's gonna be a next season. So I want to keep it. I want to keep it fair. So I think it's time to deliberate. I don't really want to go into Tea Times Live because, for one, Petty Rowe has already accepted $350. So it really doesn't make sense to go into Tea Times Live because no matter what was said,
I didn't ask for the $350, and Miss Nitra, you know for yourself, we were not even on the live. I didn't know about the $350.
So do you want to hear this?
I already got it.
Do you want to hear this, Petty?
Try no. They say they ready to vote.
Oh, because we can listen to it if he confessed, but somebody just texted me and said it's not a confession. Okay, they said let's hear it. Okay, here we go.
And y'all just said y'all was ready to vote.
Here we go. We going into it. Somebody texted and said it's not a confession.
Lose my mind, but
hold on. Here we
talking about getting a message from you said I got some tea on Poozy. Because if that's what the title of the clip that I watched said.
No. That was before. That was no. That was
the day. That was because people put it in the comments, and then y'all started.
No, this was third.
I need the jurors to listen.
No, I don't think those are the same days. I wasn't talking about Poozy. That Thursday was immediately about the trip. Like I was laying in bed on Thursday, and I was like, "Don't make me get up." They instantly started, you feel me, talking about it. That was Thursday. Like
we don't care about the trip.
I don't think I titled it live anything.
No, the live the clip that I watched.
She tired. Is this gonna happen?
No, that's from today.
Oh, yeah, you got that on today.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, that's the Colorado. Y'all, we don't give a shit about that Colorado trip right now. This is not the clip. Sorry. Wrong clip. That we don't care about the Colorado trip. We're trying to smooth on down the road. This is about Petty Row and the $1,200. Period, Pooh. With that being said, we fixing to move on. So here's what I think, and I want to hear from the jurors. We do have a question to propose to the coming cousin jurors. It's time to vote. It's time to vote. It's time to vote. My true standing from my point, and I love Petty Row, and I'm half-ass stuck on the line between if I like Braid King or love him. I don't like him. So that as to that. But at the end of the day, I have to be fair with what I heard, and that's the evidence. $500 was the first negotiation that we went in on. Only partial of that was given, and the other half was held out for some type of negotiation. Now, when you talk about negotiation, it could be a juggle. It could be 200, 400, 600, 800. We don't know. Just because I want something does not mean that the person that I'm negotiating with will agree to what I want. So in this case, because there is not a written solid agreement between Braid King and Petty Row, I have to say what I best think in this case. I think that the negotiation has been paid. Yes, I do believe Petty Row is worth $1,200. If she put in a solid work and she done it, I believe she's worth it. But the thing is, does the person that she negotiated with believe that she is? I do believe that Petty Row should have did something in writing. Her saying that I was lazy cost her money. Because when you sit down and you think about what you want and you put that shit in writing, it's stone. I think her lack of cost her this case. Respectfully. Because as a business person and entrepreneur, I want my shit in writing. Fax it to me with a signature. Speaking to a microphone and nobody else there at the table to agree to my words does not mean I'm right. I'm only giving you what I want. But when I sit you down at the round table with a piece of paper and a pen, they'll let you know what I want. She failed to do that. On the other note, Braid King, if you knew that this woman came in and she done the work and she did extra work, it's up to you now to live with fairness. What made her more than the other people in the home? Who put in the more work? It's up to him. No, it does not matter who paid the money, but if he has it to give and he says she went above and beyond, what was his above and beyond? How much was the confessional when she sat down and talked to Chef Foxy? So me, I don't like to leave tables unturned. I'm willing to pay the $1,200 and I not do work with you no more. But if he's able to sit and say you were worth the $350, because $350 extra dollars is a lot for just a sit down confessional. But if I put in and did anything extra, what was the price of that? So with that being said, if I had to give a ruling on today, it will be in favor of BRAID King. Only because lack of. And that's just all fairness. You have to get it in stone. And that's just how the ball bounces in life. If it's not documented, it did not happen. And though this is a very challenging, hard case, I must say where we messed up at. Know your worth. And damn it, it's worth sitting down to stop and take care of it. That's my 2.2. If I give you 3, you won't understand me. And I must hear from my jurors. And listen, the good thing about this juke joint is still up to the comment cousins to say who will walk away today. Will Petty walk away with $350, or will we say paid in full?
Before I go, can I add something?
Yes, ma'am.
I just want to make it clear so that no one else of the cast feels like they're slighted. He did not pay the $350 because he agreed that she did more work and deserved more money. He had not decided that. He paid the $350 because he prematurely congratulated her and he felt he did right for the misstep. So it wasn't because of that. Because I don't want anybody.
So in all fairness, she has not been paid for her work.
He did not agree that that's what the price was. And that's what I'm trying to say. He was just doing it to make right from him misstepping and prematurely agreeing to something before hearing the whole clip. So he did not agree. So I don't want anybody from the cast to be like, well, if she got extra money, what about us? That's not why he paid for $350.
Okay. I've said my point. That will not change my decision, because once it's in ruling and Peaches has documented that, the judge has to stay fair. With that being said, with that evidence that was just said from Ms. Tea Time, I must now hear from the jurors. Y'all know this was a hard case for the judge, Trendsetta, don't it? But that's why I'm a judge, for entertainment purposes only. This is good to me. Damn it, tap the screen. Let's get to a Millie. If it's good to you, drop some yellow hearts in the comment section. Bright Eye Regal, let me hear from you. Woo, girl. Big Al say he's smiling. I'm doing something right.
I have to agree. I feel like I just think that neither party did what they should have done as far as getting clarity, providing clarity, and then just being on the same page. I feel like Petty Rose settled out of court because she took the $350. So truth be told, I feel like that she took it. Just her agreeing that that's what her extra work was amounted to, and I think that that's kind of like the end of that. The $350 is what she felt the payment should have been if she accepted.
With that being said, Miss Pumpkin, let me hear from you.
Head over here spinning, but I think that Petty and BRAID did some things that cost them the case. And I'm going to say that by Petty saying that she was being lazy, I could go back and say the same thing about BRAID. BRAID said he didn't read the whole. He didn't read the whole complete text thread that she sent. So we could say that he was being lazy as well.
Correct.
Now, this is going to sound strange, but I really do think at this point, I would have to go off for credibility and integrity. And I really do think that conversation took place at that kitchen table or wherever they was when Petty said that they had the conversation. I don't think Petty would have been pushing and running and sending all this for somebody for some money that did not belong to her. She doesn't seem like she's that type of a person that would do something like that. I'm not saying BRAID King is that type of person that would keep someone's money, but I really do believe it was an agreement of the minds about the money. He just wanted to have it in writing. Once he's seen that it wasn't in writing, that was his way out, because he's adamant that he's not going to pay anything. So I am in agreement with Petty.
This is good to me. This is good to me, boss. Let me hear from you.
Well, Your Honor, thank you for telling me it's my turn. I feel very bad for Petty in this situation. Unfortunately, Petty, it sounds like you're a very big content creator that was acknowledged and justified through all of the commentary in here. So people are watching you and doing what you do. When you have a craft of this nature, it's very difficult to sometimes get yourself in positions. As I said earlier, it felt like you definitely walked in with some personal agendas. And that's good to have personal and professional agendas as it relates to the business and craft that you have. I wish that this situation, my hope is that this situation taught you a valuable lesson just around communicating. Communicating is very key, especially if it's email format. You have AI, chat, GPT, a lot of type of stuff you can just talk into and get it to formulate contracts for you. I would suggest you exercise those things. Furthermore, Braid King, I'm not sure of who he is, but it sounds like he had some type of acknowledgement to not paying you, and then he recanted for whatever reason after acknowledging that you had good work. So that doesn't feel too well about his character and his reputation. But unfortunately, facts are the facts. So I will have to side with, unfortunately, you have been paid in full only because you did not solidify that type of communication. That's what I got.
Leola, stop. I don't know who Leola is, but go ahead, Ginger.
All right. Thank you, girl.
You know who the hell Leola is.
Leola. I call her. Okay.
Leola is.
Girl, Leola, don't come here, bull calling girl that said a jujo. Girl, this is good to me. When I tell y'all I'm focused, I'm so focused over here. The judge is focused, y'all. These birds. Woo, this is a jujo case. This is a jujo case. Ginger, let us hear from you, Jerry.
She in here starting.
It was my understanding that there were 2 payments that you received from BRAID that would have finished the 500 initial agreement. And the 350, I consider that a love offering. I think the contract is fulfilled, and from going forward, put it in writing, stone, and everything else. But I think it's fulfilled.
With that being said, Miss Marie.
I also feel that anything that's not written, it didn't happen. It's up for interpretation. Someone can say that they didn't believe that you were being serious because you guys joke around. It really is about perception. So I do believe that since both parties were lazy in how they went about it, both sides lost at this. No one wins in my eyes, because he possibly lost somebody he could work with in the future and so on and so forth. But at this date and time, I do feel like everyone lost, but it was paid in full.
Miss Mermaid, let me hear from you.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pretty much say both of them made some mistakes. Of course, you know, with Petty, you got to make sure you get stuff in writing, because we do know that there was a price, there was a renegotiating somewhere in there. So, but I'm gonna just say both of them. I don't think either one will win, because he messed up with not responding back to text messages, and when they were supposed to meet, it was after the 15th. It was no more communication from what I saw. And with Petty, you got to make sure you get stuff in writing if you're going to, you know, say, hey, this is what we agreed to. Just make sure you have that in writing, so you can say, look, you said this, you didn't say that. And so that's my opinion. That's where I'm at. Yeah, because that not responding after the 15th for the meeting to negotiate the new contract, that's kind of where he messed up at. Because we do see where she reached out to him and he didn't respond.
Ooh, with that being said, Miss Petty, we always try to give room for you to plead your case one more time before we go to the coming cousin jurors. So at this time, before I question, and y'all listen, here's the deal. It's 1,800 people in here. Can we get at least 800 of y'all to vote? Y'all be so nosy. You here to see what the end result's gonna be, so y'all can be spamming the comment section with y'all opinions later. You done that enough over here. So the poll will be above host. While Petty is speaking, we will put the poll up. It will be 2 minutes. Get there. The first question on the poll tonight will be, does Braid King owe Petty Rowe more money? Does Braid King owe Petty Rowe more money? Miss Petty Rowe, let us hear from you. Empress is getting a poll together. It will be above host. We do have one more question after that. Let's go, Petty.
Okay, so I'll answer some of the comments. Yes, we did talk after the 15th. I think the last message, I was asking him for the address and if he still wanted to keep the last appointment that he sent me, 28. And that we were supposed to be meeting at the office, as he said in the text message, at Fab's office, because that's his business partner that does all of the contracts. He doesn't do the contracts personally. His business partner does. That's why we were meeting at her office. What else was I? Yes, I do take into consideration everything that everybody said about getting it in writing. I do take responsibility for that, for trusting somebody to keep their word. For me, I trust people until you give me a reason not to. At that point, he didn't give me a reason not to trust him, not to keep his word. Me being a businesswoman myself, I keep my word. You don't have to put it in writing for me or have me to initial everything. If I said it, I meant it, and then that's what I'm going to do. Yeah, you might have to remind me because I might forget, but I'm going to do what I said that I was going to do. So again, it goes off of your experience. If you've experienced somebody doing you wrong, then you know to be on your guard. If you've not experienced that before, you don't know that somebody's going to do you like that because you wouldn't do them like that. I wouldn't have done him like that. I would assume he wouldn't do me like that. So, but I do take responsibility for that. Not getting him to put something in writing that very moment when he said we could renegotiate, or making him reiterate the $1,200 in writing. I take responsibility for that going forward. I know you can't trust nobody. It doesn't matter if they're your friend, if you've known them a short amount of time or you've known them a long time. Don't trust nobody. Whatever you say, getting in writing. And now I see why people be recording people's phone calls and stuff like that. Because people will say they said something else and all you have is your word. And if your word ain't worth shit, then go back on. I do understand going forward that even though in Georgia, verbal contracts are a thing and they can be upheld in a court of law. I'm in Georgia. I don't know where y'all at, but verbal contracts can be held up in a court of law. Okay. I'm assuming business is business. I know that it's that way in real estate from personal experience, for other things as well. So, verbal contract. But for you guys, it's what is in writing. Go by what is in writing. So if you have a contract, I advise everybody to go back over your contract. If you got a copy of it, I advise everybody to go over your contract if you got it.
So with that being said, 873 votes came in. Shout out to Jeremy. He got Auntie some ice cream this week. Judge Trendsetta did pretty good tonight. Thank you, nephew. I love you. 873 votes came in. And thank you. Y'all are really here tonight for this. 13.97% said that Braid King, what was the question? Hold on, because I want to make sure I say it
Did
right.
Braid King still owe her money?
Does Braid King owe Petty more money? 13.97% said yes. 86.03% said no, that he does not. My final question tonight for this here G joint is, has Petty Rowe been paid in full? If more percentage, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I thought you was done and the vote was gonna be up. I was gonna say,
Yes,
is it
it's
me
your
time to talk during the vote
votes.
again? I didn't know.
1,900 people are here. Can we get 900 voters? Has Petty Rowe been paid in full? Petty, it's on you. The poll will be above host.
Okay. So the people keep saying that I should have got something in writing. That's what I was supposed to get when I met him at Fab's office. It wasn't on me to put it in writing. He was getting it put in writing by his business partner, and that's what I was coming to sign. Okay. So that wasn't on me to put it in writing and get it to him. He was getting his business partner to put it in writing, and then me to come and sign it. Okay. What was the next question? The $350 was not a paid in full. That was a gift.
That's why I asked that question. Some people say it's
Nobody
the same
asked
question.
me to
No, it's
send
not.
it to me.
It's not.
Nobody asked
because
me
paid.
Would this settle anything? It was not even a conversation. When I finally got back service from being in the mountains, I had a cash out for $350. There was no discussion. It was a gift because it let y'all tell it there was no contract. So you're not paying me for nothing. We didn't renegotiate. So you just gave me a gift. No matter what you put in the Ford memo. If there was no discussion, you just sent me a gift. So, but again, lesson learned.
Now, I must say, because from what we hear, the discussion was about the money on the live. So if Rachel paid it and she attached a note that said paid in full, then we have to put 2 plus 2, right?
Rachel. It didn't come from Rachel.
Oh, okay.
Now the money may have been initially sent from Rachel, but Rachel didn't send me a cash out.
It came from his mom's cash app, right?
No, that was about the final payment.
That was the
63.
It was a bunch of transactions. The very first one, when I was in Vegas, it's I'll have to go back and pull when the second one came and who it came from, because I can't remember off the top of my head and I don't remember the date. The third one came on Saturday because we were in the mountains. When I got service, I just had a cash out for $350. That came from Braid King, but the money was sent from Rachel to Braid King to me. He put in the note final payment. Renegotiation. Why is that a final payment? Why would you put final payment in it if there was no renegotiation that was had? If we never talked, you just shorted me and you put final payment as to trying to clear it up. It wasn't final payment, but you putting that acknowledge that you owed me more money.
Okay. With that being said, the vote is in. 963 votes. Thank y'all. That's over half, almost. 13.81. Get it together, Just Trendsetta. 13.81% said no. Has Patty been paid in full? 86.19% said yes. With that judgment coming in today, I must say that the Jew joint today has ruled in favor of Braid King. This case today has been up and it has been paid forward and in full. Thank you, Miss Leola. Thank you to everybody that came in and participated.
Get your ass on.
I hope that the juke joint was satisfying to you guys today. This was a very trying case, but today our judgment came in on facts and facts only. And over here, we do facts over feelings. No matter what it feels like, we have to choose by the evidence presented to the juke joint.
No.
The evidence today is in ruling of BRAID King. Miss Petty Rowe, you have been paid in full. Court is now adjourned.
Can I say something right quick though? Y'all, please, no. I'm looking at the comments. Y'all, please don't think that I'm mad or upset. If I was mad or upset, I would have been the one to bring this to the app in December. So y'all, please don't think I'm upset or that I'm mad. If I was mad, I would have brought it to y'all in December. He brought this to the app and told the business. So I'm not upset. I wasn't pressing him for the money. Because if you're going to do me wrong, you're going to do me wrong.
Right.
And that's the real lesson.
Right.
Okay.
Girl,
I'm not mad. This is fun to me. Love Miss Nitra.
Are y'all still cool?
We're not.
We've been talking about this all weekend.
We've been talking about it all weekend, but I never gave, you know your worth. If you feel like you worth it, you know your worth. But at the end of the day, give me coffee. I didn't know all the evidence. So now that you hear all the evidence, you have to be fair, and fair is fair. And so I don't do favoritism in life. I just don't. I think my real friends appreciate me because I'm truthful. And I'd rather be a true friend than a fake friend. I'm not going to be the friend that agree with you when you're wrong. I just don't do that in real life. I think that when you agree to people when they wrong, they going to forever be wrong. But when you tell people when they, you know what I mean? When you tell people that they're wrong, I promise you they'll respect you more. When you be yourself and you don't waver that friendship, you'll have a long-lasting relationship. So I'm that friend that's going to tell you when you're wrong. I'm not going to hold you up when you're wrong. I don't hold my kids up when they're wrong. And sometimes that'd be the worst part of life is when you got to tell your family that they're wrong. So today, Patty was wrong. Uh-oh, bitch.
Okay, sissy.
Girl!
I'm so Big Quay.
Big Quay, not the little one. Quay, say it louder for the hoes in the back. Oh, girl, this was hard, but Patty.
Not you trying to get her to run it back.
I love you, Patty.
I love you too, Mrs. Mitchell. This was fun. And the other stuff that we talked about, I don't know if you got another court case or not, but if you want me to come back to talk about the other stuff, when you ready, text me and I'll come back.
We can do it.
If you got another court case.
Yeah, we can do it. We got to see if we got any more court cases, but we can tell them whatever you want to tell.
When you get done.
Okay.
With your court cases. Text me and I'm coming back.
Okay.
Okay.
Girl.
Thank y'all again. Most of the people saying this is very informative, and it was.
Oh, Pisces.
Because especially Marie. Period. Thank you, Pisces. Thank you, Pisces. Oh,
I told you, girl, that's James.
Let's go, Pisces.
Whoa.
Ow!
Turn this bitch up.
Thank you.
Girl. Y'all. If it okay, because you'll get shown some love over here, Patty Rowe, because you took it like a champ. Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. I don't know who Pisces is.
That's big. Jamie, the one I told you that, girl. I told you, girl. FOE